I was just a little boy. My family and I were stationed in Okinawa. One night, a massive typhoon hit. Now, everybody else was taking shelter. But my dad? No. He thought it would be fun for us to go outside and play in the wind and the rain. He took my hand and he just turned me around. And I was petrified, literally. But my dad looked at me and he said, I will never let you go. Just hold on. Now, Madam Toastmaster, being in the military, we were always on the move. Pretty much like our gas prices today. I don't think we ever stayed in one place longer than a year and a half. And I remember this particular time now, when my dad was home, which wasn't very often because he was fighting in the war, whether it was Vietnam or the Korean War. So, but when he was home, he always enjoyed riding the roller coaster. So this particular Saturday, he said, come on, son, let's go to the amusement park. I'm like, okay, shoot, yeah, I want to go, you know. So after we rode a couple of rides that I wanted to go on, my dad said, well, let's go ride the roller coaster. And I looked up at my dad, and I looked over at the roller coaster, and I looked back at my dad and said, My dad said, come on, let's go ride the roller coaster. All you got to do is sit right next to me and just hold on. Well, by the time I turned 11, my dad was stationed in Fort Carson, which is just south of Colorado Springs. And I was so excited for my dad to be home. This was the first time in years that I had my dad around. And I had so much fun with my dad. Oh, we just had a ball. Take Friday nights. We would actually stay up all night, camp out in the living room, and watch scary movies. And when I started falling asleep, my dad would say, okay, it's all right. And I was still scared, so he would take me in his arm, and he would just hold me as I fell asleep. About 1 a.m. on the night of June 15th, my mom came rushing in my room, and she said, son, you got to get up right now. We need to take your dad to the hospital. Now, the closest military hospital was here in Denver, which is about an hour and a half away. But we frantically got in the car. And as we was driving, being in the front seat, I could see how my mom was driving faster than I ever seen her drive before. And every now and then she'll look back and say, I know you're weak, but honey, just hold on. Now, I was holding on to hope. Because this was my best friend. This was my dad. This was the one person that taught me how to hold on when life got rough. This was the man that took me out in the typhoon and taught me how to hold on when the wind was blowing me around. This was the man that stayed up with me all night long and held me in his arms because I was scared. See, I was not ready to let him go. So I prayed to God. I said, please just give him the strength to hold on. But by the time we got to the hospital, it was too late. My dad was gone. I could not, and for days I couldn't understand why God would take the one person that I could hold on to. And at his funeral, they sang, precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired and I am weak, but I am warm through the storm, through the night. Lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. Now I came to realize that what my dad was really trying to teach me was how to hold on to the hand of my Heavenly Father. I'm not ashamed to admit to you today that life has not been easy. I've lost my marriage. I lost my job. I lost some great opportunities. For I've been talked about. And Lord knows I've been criticized. I've had to wipe many a tears from my eyes. But in the midst of it all, I'm still holding on. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are faced with life-challenging, life-altering events, and you can't seem to see the light at the end of the tunnel, hold on. When life seems to be blowing you in the wind like you're in a typhoon, when you feel like your life, you're riding on a roller coaster ride, when life strikes you in the middle of the night, just hold on. Whenever I feel like I can't go on, I can still hear that song that they sing at my dad's funeral. And I can still hear my dad's voice telling me, son, just hold on. I'm still holding on today. Walking with my Heavenly Father and my dad, hand in hand.